This is Jonathan Aguilar here for Pro Boxing Fans, joined by Otto Wallin. Otto, how's life been? I haven't spoke to you for a while, but you've had big news in boxing. You're with Zuffa now. How's everything going?
Yeah, everything's been good. I last year I moved to Houston, Texas, to train with Ronnie Shield. So I'm still here in Houston, and it's good. Training's going well, so I enjoy being here.
Before we talk about your future and everything that lies ahead, I do want to ask. Last night we saw an epic fight between Wardley and Daniel Dubois. Dubois stopping Wardley in the end. What did you make of it?
Man, that fight, that was such a tough fight, man, for both guys. And I mean, it's especially Wardley, but just like the way Wardley came out, dropped Dubois with like the first punch, it was an unbelievable fight. It was an unbelievable fight. Really, I mean, back and forth the whole fight. And I was supposed to go to the gym, but I just kept watching, and then I had to delay my training a little bit, but I went after.
Well, what did you make of the fight? Like you said, Dubois got dropped twice, and then it came back like that. Wardley showed a lot of heart. What did you make of the fight overall?
I think both guys showed a lot of heart, and Wardley, I mean, he showed a tremendous amount of heart. Like, he was so badly beat up, but I guess they knew that he's always dangerous, and he was dangerous. Oh shit, the setup is failing.
All
But
good.
he was dangerous the whole fight, and I mean, he you never know. Like, with a guy like him, he could have turned around at the end again. Put Dubois down, because he was dangerous the whole fight, and it was just crazy. But like, he looked out of it, but he was still in there somehow.
Some people are saying that Wardley should have been pulled out by his corner, sort of around round 9, 10. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, watching, that's what I thought when I was watching it. But you also got to remember, like, he is a very big puncher, and like I said, he could have turned it around. But is it really worth it? You know, to take that many punches, it can be really dangerous. I was actually texting with a friend. I said, because he asked me if I thought they were going to stop it. I said, yeah, because this is getting dangerous. Like, to take that many punches, you can get really hurt, and it can be a brain bleed or something. So, but also you got to remember that the corner, they know their fighter, and they know what he's been through, and they know what he can do. They know that he can turn around, and like, also, they've seen him in sparring. I feel like if you have a ton of tough sparring before a fight like that, and he's getting beat up or taking a lot of punches, then it's going to be extra dangerous. So hopefully, he's not really hurt, and that he's okay now. But the trainers, obviously, they know the fighter better. So, but looking in from the outside, it was so tough. I thought they would have should have stopped it, but I don't blame them. I mean, it's they know him better. So
What impressed you about Dubois last night?
he's great that he came back. You know, a lot of people question his heart, so I think he showed again that he's a tough fighter, and he got dropped twice, but he came up and came back and finished Worldly. So he showed a lot, and
Hmm.
showed a lot of punching power and strength.
Wardley has got a rematch clause, Frank Warren said, but after a fight like that, do you think, maybe take a break after that?
Man, I mean, yeah, they shouldn't rush it. At least he needs some time to recover. His head got to rest. That's for sure. For a few months, no sparring. That's for sure. Um, you know, to go in such a tough fight again. I mean, it's boxing, so he probably do it. But I mean, phew, yeah, if they can change some things. I mean, the crazy thing is he could have finished Dubai in the first round, and that's the crazy part. Like, he actually could have finished him right then and there. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, he probably feels that he can beat him, so I'm sure they do a rematch. I mean, yeah, that's my guess.
If it's not a rematch, do you think, a lot of people talking about Moses Atama against Dubois. Obviously Frank has both guys, so is he going to put them together at this stage? Who knows? But what do you think of that fight?
Well, it's a great fight. It's a great fight. I think it's a great fight. Dubois is very strong and has experience and has been in tough fights. So it'd be a good fight. It'd be a good fight, I think. But Moses, I mean, he's not really been tested too much, but he's been looking very good. So it's a hard fight to call. I feel like we gotta see more Moses, but I'm sure it'll be a tough fight, and he can win. It can go either way.
Moving on to yourself, signing with Zuffa Boxing. Tell us how that came about.
That was through my managers, Adrian Clark and Joe Limestone. They were working on it, and they heard from Sufa. And honestly, in the beginning, I was a little skeptical because I didn't really know too much about it. But then, as I learned more and more, I think it showed up to be a very good option for me. So that's why I signed with them, and I'm supposed to get 3 fights a year, which I think will be really good for me, and that's really what I need. I've been having a hard time to get fights these last few years, so I think that's what I need to improve and to get better. So I'm excited about it. Hopefully, we're planning for a fight in July, so that's what we're working for.
Okay, great. So not long, 2 months, and then you're back, which would be great. What sort of names? I know it's probably difficult to know how they're going to move you, but like, what names are you looking to get in with? Is it still the same guys you wanted beforehand and stuff?
I think it's more restricted now to the guys that they have.
Right.
Honestly, for now, it seems that way. So any guy really that they have, I'll be ready to fight them.
I'm trying to think who they have at heavyweight at the moment.
They
A
have a Jagba,
Jagger, yeah.
yeah, Charles Martin. I'm sure they've signed other guys,
There was
but
talk that they might sign Andy Ruiz at one point, but I'm not sure what's going on with that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I heard something about that too. But yeah, I don't know. I'm sure they're gonna reveal a lot of signings further down the line.
Well, even a Jagba or a Charles Martin, guys that operate at the top level, is that some people you'd be happy to share the ring with next?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
How is training going with Ronnie Shields? A lot of top guys training in the gym. Charlo, Spence. How is everything going there?
Yeah, no, it's really good. I really enjoy it because it's a really good environment to be in because of all these different guys that are in the gym and everybody's a pro. So it's a good environment for me. There's Charlo, Spence is coming out, I think this week. We have Andreas, his fight tonight at Sufa. Katsurakis, a guy from Greece.
Yeah.
And a whole bunch of guys. Brian Norman started training there. David Stevens. I can't. There's a lot of guys, but it's a really good environment. That's what I'm trying to say. So I can see them train, see them work out. Learn from them and see what they do. So I think it's really good. And Ronnie, he's a really good trainer, and his assistants also. So they have a really good setup at the gym. So I'm happy to be here and training with them.
It's a big sort of sacrifice you did because you're obviously living out of New York and training out there in sort of like New Jersey area. So to move sort of your whole life to Texas, how's that transition been?
Not New Jersey, but I was in New York. But I was in New York, yeah, for 8 years.
Yeah.
So it was a big move for me to just pick up and leave, really. So, but somebody told me sometimes you got to be a little uncomfortable if you want to get better. So that's what I've been. It was a little uncomfortable in the beginning, to be honest. I came down here, I didn't know anyone, and this place looks completely different than what I was used to. So it's a big change. But it's paying off. I feel like it's paying off, and it's good work here. It's always sacrifices you gotta do. So it's all part of it.
And then I'll shoot about some other topics. If I can clear my throat. Joshua and Fury signed for probably November. You fought both. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, finally, we always wanted to see that fight. So hopefully, we see them in the ring together. They're not there yet. I believe it when I see it, really. So hopefully, it will happen. I think it's a good fight. I think it's a good fight. Um, it's hard to not favor Fury, but for me personally, when I fought Joshua, it was a much tougher fight for me, and he gave me a lot harder time. Doesn't mean that he would fight Fury because styles makes fights. So Fury is a very good boxer, so he might be able to just outbox him. But if Joshua can have a good game plan and use his strength and power and speed, I think that he can win. But it's hard to go against Fury in that fight. But yeah, I think it's a close fight though.
Are you familiar with Christian Prenga at all? Who Josh is fighting?
No, no, no. I had to look him up when I saw that he was fighting him.
And then in a couple of weeks, Usyk's returning against Rico Verhoeven, the kickboxing champion. What's your thoughts on Usyk fighting this guy?
If he wants to do it, he can. But it's very strange to me that it's for a world title. If the guy's not ranked, he should not be able to skip the other guys. So that's the only thing I would say.
Hmm. And then lastly, after Benavidez' win, they were kind of talking about a fight between Benavidez and Usyk. What's your thoughts on that? Is it too much for Benavidez, or would you like to see it?
Well, first of all, I think Benavidez, he might be my favorite fighter at the moment. He is so, devastating in his punches and combinations. It's just wild to see. He's a really an amazing fighter. To step up and fight Usyk at heavyweight, I think that's too much. I think it's too much. Usyk is, one of the best ever at heavyweight and cruiserweight. So it's going to be a really big step for Benavidez to step up and fight him. So I'm not going to go against Usyk in that fight. And you saw with Zerdo that he was able to push him back a little bit at times. And I think Usyk will just be too big and too good.
Great. Well, Otto, it's good to catch up. Obviously, hopefully fight news July, Zuffa Boxing debut. Anything you want to add to your fans? Obviously, at Otto Wallin on your socials. What else you want to tell them?
Yeah, just want to thank everybody for your support and hopefully come back now with some good fights. And in the meantime, I'm staying in the gym and doing my thing.
Getting ready. Otto, appreciate your time,
Yeah.
man.
You too. Thank you.